February 2026. This wasn't just another month on the calendar. ये एक ऐसा महीना था जिसमें दुनिया ने एक नए भारत की दहाड़ सुनी. A roar of a rising superpower, not just through words, but through incredible, powerful action that showed everyone our nation's true might.
So, what exactly happened? Well, that's what we're going to break down right now. We're going to review the key moments from this February that took our country's military strength to a completely different level. हम देखेंगे ज़मीन, आसमान और समंदर में हमने क्या कमाल किया.
All right, let's start with the first pillar of our power, the fire that rises from the earth itself. We're talking about our land-based missile technology, the very foundation of our national deterrence, the guarantee of our sovereignty.
Just look at that number. Over 3,000 kilometers. ये कोई मामूली number नहीं है. That is the confirmed range of our Agni-III intermediate range ballistic missile, successfully tested by the Strategic Forces Command. And this wasn't just a test, no way. It was a clear, powerful message to the world about our credible nuclear deterrence.
But here's what's so incredible. The Agni-III isn't a standalone achievement. Just look at this table. It's part of the legendary Agni family. You can see the progression right there, from the shorter-range Agni-I all the way to the Agni-V, which can travel over 5,000 kilometers. That's intercontinental. Each new version is a massive leap forward, making our entire defense shield more powerful and more reliable. Now, deterrence isn't just about long-range power. The future of warfare is all about speed and precision. और यहीं पर DRDO की एक game-changing technology आती है. It's called the Solid Fuel Ducted Ramjet, or SFDR. This is what's going to power our next generation of air-to-air missiles. So how does this work? Well, in simple terms, instead of carrying its own heavy oxygen tank, the missile actually breathes air from the atmosphere, just like a jet engine. So what happens? The missile gets lighter, its range increases dramatically, and it can sustain supersonic speeds for much, much longer. The result? A massive advantage in the skies. Okay, so we've covered the ground. Let's now look up to the skies. It's time to talk about the second pillar of our power, the Indian Air Force. Hamare Asman ke Bazigar, the masters of the sky. Over at Pokhran, we just witnessed a spectacular show of force. Exercise Vayushakti 2026 was not just some drill. It was a thunderous declaration of the Indian Air Force's full-spectrum combat capability. A live demonstration of firepower, pinpoint precision, and day and night readiness. And who took part in this incredible display? Just look at this lineup. We had everything. Our indigenous pride, the Tejas fighter jet, the formidable Rafale, our workhorse, the Su-30 MKI, and of course, the proven veterans like the Mirage 2000 and the Jaguar. This isn't just a list of aircraft. This is the perfect blend of modern technology, indigenous strength, and battle-hardened experience. And this brilliance wasn't just for us. At the Singapore Airshow, our Sarang helicopter display team, flying our very own indigenous ALH Dhruv helicopters, put on a breathtaking performance. This is Admanir Barbara taking flight on the world stage, showing everyone exactly what we can build.
Now, let's turn our attention to the deep blue seas. We're talking about the third pillar of our Trishul of power, the Indian Navy. Hamare samandar ke rakshak, our guardians of the ocean, are not just protecting our seas anymore, they are building the very ships that give them their strength.
In February, 2 new sentinels, Dorne Pereri, joined our fleet. On one side, we have INS Arnala, a silent hunter designed for anti-submarine warfare to protect our vast coastline from any threats lurking below. And on the other, INS Krishna, a floating classroom, our first ever indigenous cadet training ship, which is going to forge our future naval leaders. You know, these two ships together, they perfectly illustrate a monumental shift. India is transforming from a buyer's navy to a builder's navy. We're not just buying more ships anymore, we are designing, developing, and building them right here. This is true self-reliance. This is creating jobs, skills, and a powerful industrial base for our nation. So we've seen our power on land, in the air, and at sea. But these incredible machines of steel, they're powered by something so much stronger, the will of our nation. और ये वो जगह है जहां सेना और देश का हर नागरिक एक हो जाता है. This is where we all come in. So what's the ultimate takeaway from all of this?
It's a simple but incredibly powerful truth that we must always remember. देश की सुरक्षा सिर्फ सेना की नहीं, हर नागरिक की जिम्मेदारी है. Our soldiers protect the borders with their lives. It is our duty to build a nation that is worthy of their sacrifice. Jai Hind.